Okay, so we're here for the last part of right triangle congruence notes, and we are now going to work on these last two proofs. I've gone ahead and filled in, or set up my proof, that is, with the statements column and the reasons column. As you'll recall from previous lessons, that the given, it goes right here in our first statement, and the reason for that is always given. I've gone ahead and filled that in for us, and then also the proof statement, you'll recall, is our very last statement on the left-hand side. All right, so from here, let's look at what we've already got on our picture, what's already marked up for us. They've marked up that SP and PT are congruent, and you can see that that was in our given statement. And we also have that angle PRS and angle PRT are congruent as well. So we're going to try to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So let's go through our checklist of items. We don't have arrows in this situation. We do not have vertical angles, but we do have a common side. RP is a common side. And anytime I mark up something or go through my checklist and find something, I'm going to come down here and write that in my proof. So the way that we say that in our proof is one of two ways. You can either say RP is congruent to RP by reflexive property, or you can say RP is congruent to PR, and if you flip the last two letters like that in the segment, then instead of using reflexive property, I can also use symmetric property. Then from here, so we're going for angle side side with a right angle, but I don't have right now a right angle. We can, however, figure out that SRP and PRP are both right angles. And so let's go ahead and say that right now. We can figure out that angle SRP and angle PRP are right angles. How do we know that? Well, we know that these angles are congruent already, and we also know that these angles form a linear pair. They're back-to-back form a line, and since all lines add up to 180, we can say congruent supplementary angles are right angles. And this is not a theorem or postulate that we've explicitly stated before, but I think we have alluded to the fact that anytime you have two angles that have to be the same amount and they have to add up to 180, well, of course, 180 divided by 2, they're going to each be 90 degrees. All right, and then lastly, why are these two triangles the exact same size, exact same shape? Well, because of the HL theorem, hypotenuse leg. It's technically postulate, but by hypotenuse leg, we have angle side side with the right angle. All right, let's go down and look at the U-try. I'll let you pause the video and take a look and see if you can figure this one out for yourself, and then come back and check your answer. Okay, we are back, and just as before, you will recall that the given statement I filled in as my very first statement, and that it is given, and that my proof statement is down here as my last statement on the left-hand side. Okay, so as I go through asking myself those same questions, do I have arrows? Do I have parallel lines? And I do not. So do I have vertical angles? No, I do not. Do I have a common side? Yes, again, I have a common side. So you can say JZ is congruent to JZ, again by reflexive. And that's how you say that you have a common side. You do not have to write out to the side that you have a common or shared side. I just wanted you to know that that's why we wrote that that was the reflexive property there, or where that came from, that line. And so last thing is that these are both congruent triangles by the A-cell postulate, since you have an angle, a side, and a side, all congruent. Alright, so you now have a right triangle congruence worksheet that you'll get to do for homework tonight, and I will see you when I get back from my conference. Alright, see you soon.